Bloodshade, how's it going? Thanks for jumping in. What we're doing now is I stumbled upon this. This is the extra DLC quest that you get that PlayStation bought for a 1 year exclusive. And what it is, it's basically this shop that's, trashed and for sale. And there's this little house out that directs you to this other witch. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's a prime location. It's a great shop. You get it fixed up. It'll be great. Be a young entrepreneur. And then what happens and is that she's super, super shady. Awfully suspicious. And what she says, like, oh yeah, like the last couple tenants, they just weren't able to cut it. So here's the deal. I'll sell you the shop at a huge discount rate. The only thing is, number one, if you fail in your business venture, things go south, you'll allow me first opportunity to buy the shop back at another steeper discount. Second thing is, I had some, like, this was my late husband's shop. He still had some, personal effects in there. If you can go in there, retrieve it for me, I'd really appreciate it. And you're like, okay, that's fine. So you throw it on like 1.5K, you buy the shop, and she gives you a key, or this house elf, and they're like, oh yeah, all this stuff's back in like this chest, so let's go ahead and open it. So I decided to stop there and continue going in. So let's start this quest. Hey Bradley, what's up? Obviously, she's doing something weird. Oh, that's unusual. Well, I think I can figure out why the previous 3 tenants died. Or failed in their business venture. Obviously a trap. So that's probably what she does. That's her scam. Sell them a cheap shop. Trick them, they die, and you keep the profit. Rinse and repeat. That's ominous. Oh, that's even more ominous. Hey Bradley, we're playing the DLC shop quest that's the PlayStation exclusive. We'll see if it's worth it buying 1 year on this one mission. That's literally what's different. Is like the rest of the game is completely the same. This one mission is exclusive to PlayStation for 1 year. Which, by the way, speaking of PlayStation exclusive stuff, crazy how they now have to capitulate to the FTC and submit documents since 2019 of all the exclusivity stuff they've purchased and paid off other publishers to do. So now we're going to see all the money they paid to keep content off of, and even games off other platforms. Because during the Activision Blizzard thing, they kept saying, hey, there's, Game Pass is a suppressive amount of keeping limitations, streaming services and all that sort of stuff. But what we found during the Apple versus Fortnite thing, and when Google came out, we found that PlayStation was actually paying people like Capcom in the contract to keep games like Resident Evil 8 off Game Pass forever. So really, they're the ones who have been suppressing content while claiming to be the victim in all this. And they're being called out on it, and now they have to produce the receipts. Which to me is fascinating. Not just because I'm genuinely curious how much they pay to grease the palms of other people.
That's odd. Why would someone store one hat in here?
Oh, let me guess. You get the hat, you're going to give it to the elf, and the elf's going to go rogue. Was that always like that? Don't trust mannequins. And,
that's not very hospitable.
awfully suspicious. Let me guess.
Oh, goody! Someone to play with. You seem to have your wits about.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that mannequin wasn't there before.
For me.
Ooh, I like that they're setting up a creepy haunted house vibe. Honestly, you set up a haunted house in your game, that's plus 1 point. But yeah, what's cool is that we're able to see now deals that are in the future as well, because I think they'll have to include that. They'll have to include what deals that they're going to make in the future as well, which to me is just fascinating.
That's new. Onwards, I suppose.
Resident Evil.
What? Who's there?
Come play with us. Pretty positive those mannequins appeared after I destroyed one, but we'll see.
Revelio.
This mannequin just chilling in the corner.
Revelio.
We hear banging on the floor. Quoth the raven nevermore. Can I not climb up this? Am I not supposed to go up? Maybe not. Is one of these doors banging?
Revelio. Lumos.
Explore what lies below. Oh, is there a cellar? What lies below?
Revelio.
Am I supposed to go up or go down? I don't see anywhere to climb. Oh, wait. Creepy puppet.
Lumos.
Are these all the bones of the previous tenants she's tricked? Man, that lady's making off like a bandit. Oh, it's just a little suspicious toy Jack in the Box. Okay. Is this chest open, I wonder? No.
Lumos.
And the doors are gone.
Bats. Lovely.
Yeah, it's a bunch of floating furniture.
Lumos.
It's up paintings.
Seems as if I should hang something there. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. These lanterns must belong somewhere. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
How enlightening! You might survive a bit longer than the others.
I'm enjoying this. This is cool. I love haunted houses.
Lumos.
Very Spencer Mansion-y.
Oh, you've come so far, so quickly. Well done. You might be just the playmate I've been looking for. I do hope you enjoy my playground. I encourage you to tell everyone about it. If you make it out, that is. Please try. If you get to the end, perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. I do want your shop to succeed, after all.
Thanks, I guess.
What's the saying? Two sides to every story.
Is he gonna have a tragic story? Okay.
Fortunately for you, the to my story,
Ow.
and you'll have to complete both to get to the end.
I guess we're gonna make a business part of this ghost, or he's going to die for real.
Lumos.
Ah, you've chosen the scholarly route. You'll need more than you've learned from books to best me.
Books. Okay, there's a lot more expansive. Oh, this is a maze? Okay. I'm almost curious to go down these, but they're almost probably traps.
Revelio.
Oh, we're gonna need to because we need the lanterns. Alright, let's go. Alright, this is cool.
It's always good to have a different perspective on things.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Now is he gonna mess with us? Yes, he is. God damn it. I want to put it over there. Well, actually, if it's going to hang there, then that means I can pull it. Otherwise, actually, how do I get back up?
Lumos.
I probably have to hang it on another perch then to open up another door. I don't see another perch though.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh wait, he did open the door right here. A new one. Okay.
So much fun to be had. My head is spinning.
This is a cool dungeon. I didn't expect it to be a whole dungeon. Alright, if I take it off, what happens? I can't take it off.
Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Guess I should take this back. Oh, nope. Oh.
Revelio.
This reminds me of The fourth temple in Majora's Mask where you got through by rotating everything.
Perhaps I should pull the lantern into this room to cause the room to rotate again. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
All books and no clay make one quite dull indeed.
It's a nice Shining reference.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
F that chair. Sorry, let me move the mic closer to me. Might be a bit better this way. If there was like a little... Oh, I was hoping there'd be a banquet table and like a giant ticking clock.
Lumos!
Pick a door, pick a door. My first instinct is they're all traps and it doesn't matter. Let's go left.
Oh, deja vu.
This is obviously a trap. Yep. Baited. Alright, so left was wrong. Let's see if right is right.
Lumos! Revelio! Lumos!
Ow. Stupid chair. This ghost is honestly trying to pick a fight with me. Whoa, good thing you missed there. Check your aim, ghost.
Lumos!
Wait, is this a circle?
Running in circles, are we? Perhaps you should retrace your steps.
Oh, that's so cool. That's very clever. Jump scare.
What was that?
Well, that was a spider jump scare.
Lumos!
Just a bunch of disappearing, reappearing mannequins, nothing big. Okay. I
Revelio!
think I've seen this in The Evil Within.
Lumos!
Alright, something. Okay. That's a big ass shadow. I wonder if the answer is turn off my light.
Lumos!
Yep. This is putting in more effort that I've seen in Silent Hill in 20 years. And this guy again. Alright, Jack in the Box.
Lumos.
Oh, how nice of him to pop in.
Honestly, this should be the shop. I would sell this experience to people. You know how much people would pay for like a cool ass experience like this? This would bring in so many customers. This should be the business. Okay, we got hostile mannequins here. Close quarters fighting here. Oh shit, we're getting surrounded. And these close walls do not make it any better. Oh, I could have done both those dueling feats and I didn't. Oh well.
Lumos.
What's up with this painting?
Accio. Lumos. Confringo. Lumos.
Home, sweet.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, that was the end of the ride, huh? Nice of him to give me 2 healing potions. Appreciate it. Well, this doesn't look ominous. Bring it on, Ghost. I ain't afraid of no Ghost. Oh, that was one half of the trial. Nice. Let's keep this ride going.
I simply adore this blooming place, don't you? You know, foliage, like most living things, won't survive for long in the dark.
Darkness.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
What changed? Oh, this door. This wall opened up. Oh, for all the people who wanted wizard's chess.
A game within a game. Ooh, knight to H3. Nighty night.
There's a puzzle here. I wonder if the path is an area where a piece cannot attack. Let's try that. Actually, hold on. I think it is because take a look at the cracks on the floor. That's where a pawn could attack. Which means we have to go somewhere where the enemy cannot hit us. And let's see, what's that back there? That's a bishop, that's a knight. I'm guessing that's a rook? Well, that's a rook. What's that one in the back? Is that the king? Okay, well, bishop is going to be all diagonal pieces from white going that way, so that's out. I should probably start here. And the knight can attack that black square in front of me. Yeah. Oh, and there's a chest right there. Of course there would be. I think that is the king. Yeah. Actually, I'm overthinking this. They already told you the path you can go. Just don't go where the cracked panels are. Okay, this is a dead end. Can I go diagonally, I wonder? Can I go on the space itself? Oh, I can go diagonally. Okay. Makes sense, being chess. Easy peasy.
That wasn't too difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, shit, my gear's full. Ah, I should have offloaded. I didn't realize there would be a dungeon. Alright, let's delete the cheap stuff. Okay, that was a fun little puzzle.
Oh goodness! I do hope you're having as much fun as me.
I am actually, thank you.
I think I'll keep you around a bit longer.
Glad you enjoy the company.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
That was a simple one. To me, haunted houses are such a +1 and almost... I can't think of a single instance where a haunted house did not improve a game's experience. Oh my god. That's okay. Getting tricked by a haunted house is part of the experience.
Lumos.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, I'm afraid of the dark. Does it worry you that I can see you, but you can't see me?
Not really.
Sure.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
I don't want a seat, but I'm rearranging the furniture.
Lumos.
I'm glad my ghost host has
Don't
a
want you getting too comfortable for what's in store, do I?
has a sense of humor. I saw that box. I saw that box.
Lumos.
Okay, so we got multiple paths once more. Let's try the first one. It's probably wrong, but let's try it for the experience. Oh, never mind.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ow.
Lumos. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Alright, what's the trick?
Revelio.
Unless there's another lantern that I missed.
Lumos.
Oh, this open. Oh, I see.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Only 2 lanterns, but 3 spots. Perhaps I should move them around to open the door and build the platform.
Oh wait, that door opened up. Alright, shut the door, turn the lights off.
Ah, a worthy playmate. Well done, me.
Oh, okay. Straight up room fight, no worries.
Potato.
Torture a burning enemy. Alright, let's try that. Can you really torture a mannequin, though?
Incendio. Imperial. Incendio.
Oh, that was the wrong one. I didn't do the Crucio spell. That was the make him do what I want spell.
Incendio. Potato. Stupefy. Incendio. Stupefy. Stupefy.
I can't help it. These dummies are too weak. I can't torture any of them.
Lumos.
Very cheeky. Pick a door, pick a door. That could be bait.
Lumos.
Oh, was that it? I think the other side was better.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Alright, fast TDO, let's go. Let's play.
Ready? Time to raise the stakes, so to speak. Where shall I put this?
What are you shooting at, bro? Come on.
Potato.
Cast is cast, but cast is cast. I mean,
Incendio.
now that should get your attention. Well, this has been fun. Much to do, much to do. See you in a bit.
Alright, Ghost, let's talk terms.
seemingly never-ending dungeon relatively unscathed. And now I suppose you want to go. Everyone leaves me, usually in a straitjacket, never to return. I'm starting to take it personally. I'm tired of having no one to play with. Ooh. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you can match wits with me now and agree to give me unfettered access through the shop for, say, 1 day a month to have a little fun, I'll sign a contract. Pursuant to which, let me see, I will blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, leave you and your customers alone at all other times, etc., etc. You get to shop, I get my chaos.
Chaos.
Excellent. Let the games begin. Catches cat, but cat, I mean, cat.
Incendio. Cruises. Glaciers. Defender.
I like how his debuff is still there.
Potato. Stupefy. Incendio. Cruises. Glaciers. Defender.
The stupid little puppet took the hit.
Just once, try seeing things from my point of view.
Ooh. Okay, this is actually cool. This right here is cool.
Defender. Glaciers. Potato. Stupefy. Cruises. Glaciers. Defender.
Well,
That was actually very clever. That was cool.
deserving of the playground I so meticulously crafted. Such a treat to have fun again in my little dungeon.
Let me make you a deal. I want you to keep doing your chaos, but for customers, you can't kill them. But absolutely have fun with them. So no killer dolls, no killer golems, no death pits. But, you know, give them a good scare.
I must say, I enjoy a good challenge.
Ah, a kindred, dare I say, spirit.
So, about the contract.
I am a poltergeist of my word.
Why would you enter into such an agreement?
Much as I love banging about the place, it's no comparison to seeing customers' faces when I bonk them on the heads with a chocolate frog. But one doesn't really understand the value of an audience until one is without it.
Sounds like a YouTuber advice.
Very well. I shall agree to your contract with one small addendum.
Hooray! No more of this unsatisfying banging about all day in a pitiful void. Wait, did you say one?
Yeah, Haunt the Lady sold me this forever.
I did. In order that I have a successful shop with lots of customers, would you agree to causing chaos only after 9 o'clock in the evening?
Would you agree to at least 2 days a month instead?
Traumatizing is on the table? Absolutely. You can traumatize them, emotional damage them as much as you want. You just can't kill them. You can't get money from a dead customer. I need paying customers. I need them to go and tell their friends about this insane experience.
Sandra did a wonderful job finding the puppet's playmate.
You know, we want return business. We want word of mouth to spread. We want upvotes on social media, so, you know. We can't kill them. Okay, not gonna lie, that was probably the best dungeon in this game so far. That was very fun. I suppose I'll give PlayStation credit if they picked one mission out of this game to make an exclusive. They picked probably the best one so far. That was great. I really enjoyed that. But now that you guys have seen it, you guys don't have to... You can buy it on whatever platform you want now. But I do say that was really fun. Short, though, but fun. Actually, it was like 30 minutes. That was good. That was fair.
Hello, Penny.
Penny, so glad you're back.
You knew what was in that chest.
You knew exactly where I was going when I entered that chest.
Penny was beginning to think yet another shopkeeper was going to end up in St. Mungo's.
Another shopkeeper, St. Mungo's. I think you should explain, Penny. Penny, please stop holding your breath. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, please forgive Penny.
Aren't you supposed to be my house elf now?
Telling you anything.
But how can you be forbidden from telling me what's going on? I purchased this shop.
Penny is confused. Penny thought that if you came back, you would own the shop.
I'm gonna say you should have lied to me.
You should have told me the truth and punished yourself as necessary. I need to go and find Officer Singer.
Penny is so sorry. Penny wanted to tell you everything. Truly, surely Officer Singer will know what to do. Penny will wait right here.
I had to pick Renegade on that dialogue choice. We have somebody that's potentially breaching contract here. That's a no-nonsense business. Let's go find the wizard cop. Crazy that we even have wizard cops.
Officer Singer, I have some information you might be interested in.
Ah, good to see you again. What can I do for you?
Cassandra Mason sold me her shop and then tried to drive me mad in a haunted dungeon.
Cassandra Mason sold you her shop.
Why are you surprised?
I am perfectly capable of owning a shop. But more importantly, did you not hear the bit about the dungeon?
No, I heard that bit too.
And, according to the house elf that came with the shop, she has done this sort of thing before. Repeatedly.
I wondered what was going on. She seems to have had a great deal of trouble keeping a tenant in that shop. In any event, these are serious accusations indeed. Perhaps a little visit with Cassandra is in order to clear...
Tell you what,
the
come to my
air.
shop after 9
Shall
o'clock, and we'll see what's really an accusation.
Revelio.
This isn't the main quest, but this is a fun side quest. Like we got my wand out already, ready to go.
Oh, hello, Ruth. I see you've met my new...
Why is your wand out?
Cassandra,
Put the wand down.
it's my understanding that you sold your shop and your elf to this student. Now they've been telling me some very interesting stories about your business practices. Perhaps you should come with me.
Stop her.
Wow, you took a stupefied to the face and you're still going on?
Confringo.
Oh, we're torturing this lady. I have half a mind to just sit here and watch you slowly tick your way to death. See what else can we do to this lady. Let's go ahead and freeze her midair. Torture her a little bit more. Light her on fire a little bit.
Arresto momentum.
Slash her a little bit.
Incendio.
She took it pretty well.
I should have known better than to do business with a wild student.
Arresto momentum. Incendio.
Oh. Let's see, what else can we do? Can we turn her into something? Nope. We can't transmogrify her. What else can we do to this lady? Ooh, yeah, let's do this.
Flipendo. Descendo.
Slam her on the ground a little bit.
Flipendo. Descendo.
You know, Cassandra, this could have gone so much smoother if you were just a legitimate business person. Nothing personally realized, purely business. Let's do the old 1-2 punch on her.
Accio. Incendio.
She did shoot first. We do have the right to defend.
Disappointed in you, Cassandra. Incarcerate! You don't know what you're doing! Don't I? I always wondered why you couldn't seem to keep a tenant in that shop of yours. I must admit, the notion of a haunted dungeon never crossed my mind. Thanks for this. You can head back to the shop. Second that house elf of yours, she's probably...
Hey, we got a house elf slave out of this. What a deal.
Only little fright yourself. I shouldn't.
Let me guess, we're gonna give her the hat, we're gonna free her. Which honestly I don't mind because I don't want a house elf that lies to me.
Oh, and not to worry. Cassandra will immediately file the paperwork needed to grant you ownership of both the shop and the elf. On her way to Azkaban.
Thank you, Officer Singer.
Best of luck
Thanks,
to you
Wizard
as
Cop.
the newest shop owner in Hogsmeade.
Just another day of doing business. Whoa. Lighting there. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dismiss the staff. As is precursory to all business acquisitions, it's important to go ahead and relieve any redundant or honestly extraneous expenses. And that includes untrustworthy help. So you are hereby relieved of your position.
Revelio.
Now let's try my gear slots are full. Where's the nearest shop?
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
The shop will be very, very useful for when we're attempting to launder our dark arts profit margins. It's good to have a front-end shop to basically launder all the funds. You know, any undue capital expenditures, sudden windfalls. All a normal part of doing business, of course, I assure you. Man, good thing most of this was trash. Ooh, wait, that wasn't. Whatever this is, it's worse. I like that I don't have to identify it to see that it's worse. There we go, nice and tidy. Alright, house elf, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Penny, I have what I hope will be good news. Officer Singer confirmed that ownership of the shop has now transferred to me.
Oh, well, that is good news. Penny is so relieved.
More good news.
Penny had
You're
the most
fired.
difficult time keeping the truth from you. Penny promises to work as hard as she can for such a kind new owner.
Yeah. As much as I would like the free labor, that would certainly help manage the shop better. I'm willing to take a cut of my expenses to hire an actual, hopefully less trustworthy, or I mean more trustworthy employee.
Penny, I found an item of clothing in the dungeon that I'd like to give you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Penny never thought she would be given clothes.
It's a win-win. I offload a burden, she gets her freedom, everybody's happy.
It's my pleasure. You deserve it.
Of course, Penny will be staying on and managing the shop for you.
Penny, you're free. You can do anything you've ever wanted to.
But all Penny has ever wanted to do is run a shop with a friend and sell to the villagers in Hogsmeade.
If that's what
All
you
right,
want
then
to do,
fine.
Penny, then nothing would make me happier.
I'm genuinely glad that you
Glad
want to
you'll be
work
staying
here
on.
for free.
Penny is too. All that's left is for you to choose a sign for your new shop, and Penny will take care of the rest.
Stitches and Draughts sounds pretty good, actually. Let's do that.
I choose stitches and drafts.
Excellent choice. Have a look outside.
Thank you. I shall work on collecting items for the shop's inventory. Oh, and Penny, we'll be closing the shop by 9 o'clock every night.
Like I was called minding your own business. There we go. Look at me, a proud new business owner. I'm only a 5th year, already ahead of the world. Already in the top 1% of earners in my class.
Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you?
Oh, so I can... What? Oh, I guess I can just sell my old gear here. Okay.
Penny wishes you safe and
Where's my shop located? Oh, right next to a fast travel point? I did pick a good spot. Okay, that was actually a pretty cool side quest. Alright, on to the main quest.
Nothing to identify, for now at least.
See. Oh, we got Friday. That's right. We have Fen quest to do. Let's work on these social links. This may just be a stream where we just do side quests. That's fine too, I guess. Nat, did you really have to extract justice in the middle of nowhere? Okay. Nat is our enforcer. She's a shapeshifter. She can also go out and at night she's basically trying to bust an organized crime ring, which is great because as legitimate business owners, I too want to make sure that my customers have the safety and security to shop in peace. Actually, let's go with let's go with Bombardo.
This place has seen better days.
No better time to sneak into the night and slit the throats of those who oppose us than night. Alright, we got Secret Night Black Ops. Let's go.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Yes. We're gonna put an end to Harlow.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Philbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some ash wine.
Oh, we'll have a nice
And as
discussion.
my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow.
Okay, they're the victims. Okay, that's fine. We'll go easy on them.
Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Alright, no worries. I understand that you're being made uncomfortable by Mr. Harlow. I'm your friend, Filbert. You can talk to me about anything. Like where Harlow is right now. It's okay. He can't hurt you, but he's dead.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrax. I should check there.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
Oh, I thought it was him. Okay. Wrong spot. I'm sorry, sir.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
Whoa.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up until I came home one night and found my husband gone and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give. And my dearest Isco is paying the price.
More than happy to help.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle,
This is the kind of Hogwarts activity that I want.
I don't know
Night
what to
ops,
do.
busting crime rings, cracking skulls,
Against Harlow.
picking up girls.
Very well. Here's the note.
This is the true experience.
You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
You may, but we're still going to talk about
To
Harlow.
help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. Then when I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months.
Oh, congratulations.
Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter.
Oh, so he blackmailed you for just simple
Smiled.
petty
He
theft?
said, "Your secret
Okay.
is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to
Do you have
see
anything
him off in
concrete?
Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous.
Oh, all I need to hear.
As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
To be honest, this sort of activity is kind of what I wish the like the Fantastic Beasts movie, like the sort of gritty outlook in terms of the wizarding world. This is kind of what I wanted it more to be than what the movies actually were.
Hello there.
They're kind of scratching the right itch, to be honest with you.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against
This guy has been voicing multiple
I feared
NPCs.
Harlow's retaliation,
I've heard this voice.
and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that
Coward.
Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry.
You let this guy mug you, rob you, and get away with it?
Helplessly, lying there in
Yeah.
the entranceway as he walked
I feel
away
really
with the
less
book,
sorry for
mumbling
Filbert.
as he
You let
went.
this dude intrude your home, steal your late wife's
I
memento,
fear Harlow retaliated.
and you did jack
Do
shit?
you mind if I share this
I don't feel like
information
helping
with
you.
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion.
How is it extortion? He robbed you.
You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
Seriously, you didn't go to the Wizard Cop? The Wizard Cop is right there.
Talking.
Look, I'm gonna unlock your house right now in front of you, and you're not even gonna do anything.
Now to find Natty.
Consider this my service fee.
Revelio.
What do you got? I'm gonna take this 58 gold. And this unidentified face item. And this 42 gold. So 100 gold altogether. Pathetic. Call yourself a good husband. And all he had to do was speak up against him, and he didn't even do that. I swear. And then he wonders why people walk all over him. Can't stand people like that. Oh, poor me, poor me.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Harlow, you better not have taken care of my buddy cop.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand.
That's not a good sign.
She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Revelio is surprisingly flexible in its interpretation of what it's supposed to reveal.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Oh yeah? Note to self, burn that shop down later after hours. Or invite them to my shop after 9 p.m.
I need to find her quickly.
Like, you guys are really great. Tell you what, I'm gonna have an after hours opening of my shop just for you guys.
There must be another way forward. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Revelio reveals whatever is needed for plot progression. You're not wrong.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio.
Reveal plot progression-o. Okay, we got some tactical espionage action here.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Man, there's so much junk under Hogsmeade. No offense to the wizard cop, but
Revelio.
they're literally underneath your nose. Wait, where are those treasure chests? Are those outside? Yeah, we got optional objectives. We should probably go for the optional objectives. It is so dark here.
Revelio.
Never could it be of your own hand that fortune eludes you. I reckon blindness of something at all. But a week.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Alright, well, that's one optional objective.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
There'll be nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
I know the big boys can't be Petrificus Totalicid.
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend. If they're daft enough to try to come through.
Alright, you're dying. I fight for my friends, but if you think that means I'm paid to take your shit, you got another thing coming.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. Bombarder. Glaciers. Bolting on. Potato. Stupid one.
Where was I aiming?
What are your thoughts on electricity? Bombarder. That's the beginning. Glaciers.
Hang on! Press up, stop! Let's roll the faithful base! And I haven't even had...
Glaciers. Defender.
You're going to regret that. I've little patience for such crew.
Revelio.
Alright, good. Like one guy, a couple guys didn't hear it. The exploding and the death of their friends.
You've been straying from your instructions. Don't interrupt me. Mind yourself. Understood? What's that? Better have a look then.
Shit.
Another pitiful beast.
Potato.
Where'd you go, coward? Expulso!
Levioso. Confringo. Glaciers. Defender.
Die for that.
Death from above!
Glaciers.
Proud of yourself?
Flash of defender. Expulso!
Bombarder.
Where is that stupid love letter?
Revelio.
And how do I get to those treasures up there? Oh, I guess I just walk up the stairs. Derp.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
I'm not even gonna read it. I'm not gonna intrude on a man's privacy. Alright, let's free our friend.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize.
Over here. I need your help.
I like your hat. Give me your hat.
Mr. Rain, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you alright?
I am alright. Thank you.
Pretty young couple, actually.
These locks are cursed. And there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. I'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Nothing to say to me?
Revelio.
My wand is somewhere in this room.
It is so dark.
Lumos.
I literally didn't even see that door right in front of me. It was so dark.
Revelio. Alohomora.
How is it I couldn't notice or pick up the one chest in this room?
Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Can you, like, uncurse a friend of mine's sister? Since that's literally your job. And I just saved your life.
Lumos.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friend.
Oh, you don't have to whisper. I killed everybody else here.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Always ready. Let's crack some skulls. Find a way out. You mean like the way we just came in? Easy peasy.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
If the law can't touch Harlow, we know exactly what to do. Oops, sorry.
Natsai
Lumos.
Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
Busy night, huh, officer?
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood
And there's literally a hideout right behind us. What are you doing, officer?
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
We did, and they literally set up... I was gonna say, the authorities haven't been much help. We're like, look at what they're doing, and you didn't even know.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations.
Few accusations. They're literally keeping prisoners down there.
Them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
This dude literally escaped out with his life, and you don't believe
You may
him.
wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
Go down there. There is so much evidence.
Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Man. Nat, I think we're gonna have to go beyond the extent and reach of the law.
Revelio. Alohomora.
A lot of treasure in here.
Revelio.
Oh, we got email.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. He's your father-in-law, after all. Can't really dodge him after this. I wonder if I get better sell prices from my own shop. Let's sell some of our junk and see if we get better prices at our shop.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Revelio.
It is wonderful to see you back here.
I guess if I want to enter the dungeon, I can. Or actually, this is a regular chest now. Cool.
Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you?
Oh yeah, she sell. Okay, so when I sell it to her, it's 10% more. So yeah, I get 10% more when I sell it to her. That's cool.
Oh, Penny will fetch a good price for what you'd like to sell.
Got lots of good things on sale today, stranger. I'll buy it at a high price. I swear, if they butcher the new vendor for RE4, I'm gonna be so mad. The shopkeep was such a pivotal part of the experience. Not really, but it really helped.
Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Revelio.
There's a really big chest over here. Let me grab this cupcake real fast.
Revelio.
Does my shop just randomly get like new items for free? Where's this big chest that apparently exists? Oh, there it is.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
By the way, when we're done with Hogwarts, I kind of either want to A, do a solo legendary Nuzlocke again for the new Destiny campaign, or play the recent Borderlands, like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands co-op. Thinking about one of those two. Before we jump into another pre-cap, because I already have so much footage that I'm not even caught up on. Alright, let me buy the final wand or broom upgrade.
Oh, hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As always, I have a special prize for you. I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me.
Thank you. Alright, broom is finally fully upgraded. Let's go another date with Poppy.
I can do this. I
can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise.
You know, Poppy, that's how people get shot. Just saying.
Once we tell them about the snitches, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
Also, centaurs don't know any more than the rest of us. I'm gonna go with that. They say they're wise, but they don't really leave their woods.
I hope they can tell we're sincere, but Poppy, centaurs are just centaurs. They can't read your mind any better than I could.
Perhaps you're right. It's just...
We need to stop putting centaurs on a pedestal.
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Well, not really,
Yes,
but
of
we could be
course.
optimistic.
Absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fun.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the...
Now's not a good time for an email, Nat.
We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop harm.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here.
Like I said, I don't know why we're accusing him of being wise. I wouldn't call this wise.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our
At least one of you isn't bloodthirsty.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without
Oh,
a
you
care.
called yourself a beast, just want to point that out there.
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means yet. Please help us find the snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest.
Oh, we can evolve our
I,
Clefairy with that
on the other
moonstone.
hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
He's very trusting that we're not just going to make off with the moonstone to the poachers.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with snidgets?
Must be a fairy type.
Why is he so certain about where we could find one?
I trust him. Centaurs know things.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him. What with his
I mean,
being
he's a centaur. Shrugs
Mine
shoulders.
too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Knowing a meat, he's likely studied here.
Let's see.
Revelio.
Did I not do that trial? I guess I didn't.
None of us are intimidated by your rash decisions, especially one who ended up with an actual rash.
Wait, did that centaur just fire at me? Oh, it's a goblin. Okay, about to say. Might break our truce a little early.
Revelio.
What's up, fellas? Nice evening.
Glacius. Defender. Bombarder. Keep your point. Incendio. Glacius. Defender.
Lovely night for a Merlin trial. Oh, it's one of these, the butterfly ones.
Revelio. Lumos. Confringo.
Are they fighting with an ogre down there? That sounds like a personal problem.
Revelio.
Oh, they did. They killed that ogre. And there's a treasure chest down there.
Confringo. Confringo. Lumos. Confringo. Lumos.
Easy peasy.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Ah, but a purse made of unicorn skin. That's galleons. What did I own at? That's got to be an elm you built. Want that back now. You will pay for that.
Come on, cast Reducto. Do it.
Rookwoods don't go down easy.
Damn, I missed it when she was casting Reducto. Try it again. Let's go. Come on, take your time. Let's go. Cast Reducto. That's what I thought.
The beasts are safer now. Revelio. Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Transform an animagus back to human form. Wait a minute. These guys can transform? I gotta see this.
Protego. Bombarder.
Let's play Predator and Prey, shall we?
Oh, he does. He turns into a wolf. Nice.
What have you done?
Bombarder.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Hello, Homura.
I guess we'll free the animal here. Not even a shiny. Why does it say there's so many enemies in here?
Confrido. Revelio.
Oh, because there are giant spiders in here.
Glacius. Defendo. Bombarda. Revelio.
I'm about to say, I thought I saw a treasure chest in here. Alright, well that's that. Yeah, so far this is a very side quest heavy session.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio.
Where did it go? Where did it go? I lost track of it immediately.
Revelio.
Oh, it went up here.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
And I slept on the floor this entire time, just in time for breakfast.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
Really?
I wonder how
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly.
Apparently so.
Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I mean, you did almost die.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence?
Probably not.
She has not.
Like I said, useless. Useless. And we wonder why, you know, Harlow's getting away with it. Man, Wizard cops are so garbage here. Or maybe it's just Officer Singer. Let's not say all cops.
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone.
And then I followed them because they were my village and I killed them in their sleep.
Your fault.
And that's what I knew.
How so?
I wanted to become a
He died
justice
protecting
vigilante.
me.
And my name
If I
became
had been
Vengeance.
capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
And then we went to Scotland. Are you looking to avenge his death?
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother...
Are you sure about that, Nat? I don't know.
It's a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you...
Like, you say that with the amount of bodies we've left behind us. But okay. I believe you if you say
I'm
so.
sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Howard.
Absolutely.
And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to
Cut the
Richard.
heads off the
We
stakes.
are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Revelio.
Alright, well, good talk. Check our emails. We're good. Now we can actually continue the main quest.
What are you up to now?
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure.
Toujours pure. Je suis la jeune fille. Omelette du fromage. Comment te appelez-vous?
All the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Level 3 lock?
Aloha more.
No problem.
Revelio.
How's everybody's weekends, by the way? For me, I kind of want to free up my Saturday evenings going forward. So... But I still want to stream on a Saturday? I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell because sometimes I use Saturdays for errands. But we'll see. Sometimes shopping on a Saturday is kind of a pain in the butt.
Revelio.
Just casually looting our headmaster's office.
Aloha Mora.
I guess our... Yeah.
Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber
and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio. That must be the pedestal.
Alright, let's go up to the roof. I think I saw some loot.
Aloha Mora.
Got laundry and Sunday dinner prep a lot. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. I just did some dusting, some vacuuming. Honestly, if you... And maybe it's just, you know, because I have allergies, but I've always, like, every single week got a vacuum because you'd be surprised how much layers of dust just build up.
Revelio.
Especially for someone like me who likes to keep windows open. Like, dust can come in and accumulate so quickly. The key of admittance? What does this go to? Well, whatever it is, that sounds important. That'll probably be for a future side quest, that's for sure. Oh, and I could totally use my broom and get out of here if I really wanted to. This seems very ominous. I like to get meal prep done as well. Since I do all of my meals pretty much from scratch, it just makes a lot more sense. Oh, this is super cool.
Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neem.
Neem?
You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me.
So one of my favorite...
The first you will need is a cloak.
A cloak. Okay. So one of my favorite levels in Kingdom Hearts 2 is going into the 100 Acre Woods and you actually play minigames inside the chapters and books itself. So as the story is literally becoming a flurry of words around you, you're literally like just doing minigames and collecting stuff. It's one of my favorite levels in Kingdom Hearts 2, which was already a great game. And so I like this idea that we're jumping inside an animated storybook. This is so creative and cool. Look how cool this is. We're not just watching a cutscene, we're literally here. As people are casually murdered. This game is just so full of surprises. And it's a stealth section. Of course it is. I doubt I can kill those avatars of death. Don't turn around.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is doing exactly what I love and I wish more games did. Not necessarily like this.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be?
But one of the most fundamental principles of telling like good narration, good storytelling is you show, you don't tell. She could just as easily have just done an info dump with this tragic backstory or even added like a small animated cutscene, but no. Instead of doing that, we are experiencing the story itself through gameplay. Not just witnessing it, just engaging with it. This is a level besides exposition. This is so brilliant.
A staircase straight ahead.
I need you to turn around, Skullface. There we go. Like, it also reminds me of, like, Batman Arkham, the Scarecrow levels, which were super cool.
Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Just such a creative, you know, departure from the regular. Like, it breaks up the norm of the gameplay.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
There are so many red dots here.
That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
It's like a black plague. Look at all these villagers dead. So many bodies. This is reminding me to play Plague Tale Requiem.
There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That door in. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
Our character's talking a little bit too much. It's kind of ruining the immersion. These things are blind as bats.
Now's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally, for
This is the way.
Now where?
I actually did catch up on Mandalorian Season 3. I just started last couple days ago. Might do that after this session, over dinner.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
What is this, the Elder Wand? Are we getting all the relics?
You see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
So we got 2 of the 3 amazing relics. Next we need the plot armor stone.
Felt such power.
No one man should have all that power.
Bombarda.
Nice. We gonna kill some death avatars now? Yep, let's go. It actually does more damage too. Can I only use these spells? I guess I can. Wait, there's no cooldowns? Or actually, the cooldowns are just very quick. About to say, these things are fast. We have to be getting close to the end of the game, because normally, like, most games like this like to give you the super OP stuff as like a climax. All too easy. Don't forget the MacGuffin crystal. Exactly, yeah, it's like, Harry Potter, you're dead, but fortunately you collected a rock and happened to have it in your pocket this entire time, so you're actually okay now. You're the boy who lived twice now. I felt that was such a cop-out. It's like, Harry, it turns out Voldemort's a lich. You have to collect the 8 pieces of the Triforce in order to actually weaken him and kill him for real. Only you can do it because of reasons. Second me trash ads. Alright, these aren't trash ads. There we go. All too easy. have to admit though, I don't like the kit for the Elder Wand. It has raw base power, but the spells it provides you are kind of garbo.
A simple stone. This must be for me.
A simple stone. Here we go. That looks more than a simple stone. That is definitely like a very mysterious rune stone.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Pronounced Neve?
We won't be the same without her.
Is it Neem or Neve? Are we gonna bring her back from the dead?
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
That is better than nothing, right?
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
Yeah, that's what Stranger of Paradise told us.
Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Nia, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
What are you huffing?
This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
She's kind of right, though. Oh, check for treasure. Nope.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
That's hazardous to your health and outlawed in California.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I did.
Why is everybody about that? We're gonna test your ability to understand this by going through a dungeon and killing something at the end.
He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
Please continue doing side quests in the meanwhile.
No choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier.
So Ranrock probably figured out a way to harness the magic, the ancient magic of the emotions that she gained in goblin silver to form a keyblade.
Isadora Morganac?
David Rail with the 1. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. High five.
Gringotts, the tower.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
If the keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock.
This could just as easily be the formation of Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts, honestly. It turns out the Keyblade is just made out of goblin silver, harnessing the emotions out of people from their hearts to gather into a giant repository called Kingdom Hearts, which is the source of all power of light and darkness. There's a lot of parallels here.
I have no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Alright, so I guess we just do more side quests until the main objective completes. Ooh, are we only 5 main things away? Level up. Wait. Okay, I'm about to say, like, did you just delete all of my extra quests? I didn't think that things here were time-gated. Are we in the finale?
I'd seen Bakar's tower countless.
About your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
I feel like we're getting to the end now. Okay, I guess not much to say, Professor Weasley. Need Bombarda. Got it. Easy. Good thing I already created a fast travel point.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh, you get so much speed meter with this. Actually, it's infinite, so you get infinite speed meter. when you get all the broom upgrades. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice bonus. Alright, Sebastian, let's see what happens with the final bit.
That relic is the key to saving Anne. I know it. Meet me outside of Feldcroft as soon as you can.
I'm already here, my guy.
I received your owl. Thank you. I'm glad you came. I spotted droves of Ranrock's loyalists coming up from the coast.
Overheard one of them say they're headed to another cavern, like the one we found. How are they still one step ahead of us? They can't know about the triptych.
I don't know. I did see another memory. This time it was a keeper named Neve Fitzgerald. She was unknown.
It is Neve, isn't it? It's like a very soft V at the end.
I still can't be sure
Neve.
how it connects to
Neve.
These
Neve.
keepers are playing games
Neve.
with you. You need to press them for more information.
It doesn't work like that. To access each of these memories, I have to complete a trial. It's not as easy as you think. They're showing me the memories in a particular order.
Either they don't trust you, or you don't care enough about Anne to ask the difficult questions.
Watch your tone.
Of course I care, Sebastian. We've come this far. Don't let your frustration get the better of you.
Fine, I'll defer to your keeper friends, for now. But I don't like it.
We don't have a choice. Now, shall we see why the triptych led us here?
Let's go, quickly, before we're spotted. Keep a close eye out. I saw some of Ranrock's crew moving off the path just ahead.
I wonder why.
Rebellion, I imagine. This mountain used to safeguard local hamlet valuables. But it's been abandoned ever since Ranrock took hold of the coast.
Travel up the switchbacks. Is that what this is called? The switchbacks? I don't think I've ever heard of terrain be called that. Honestly, we're just gonna bust in here. Okay. I'll put you in the ground, that's for sure. No doubt about it. There you go. Put you in the ground, just like you asked.
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
I agree.
Bombarder.
Okay. Oh, we just walk around it. Derp.
Kestrels overhead. Some consider them a bad omen.
Not everyone does.
Any of them shiny? Oh, I can't capture these.
All right.
I'm making small talk. I'm not gonna trek up this mountain in silence.
You don't have to force it, my guy. It's less awkward that way. It's okay. It does feel like we're in endgame territory. It does. It really feels like we're wrapping this up. I get the feeling we, like, the next session may be the finale.
We should have some sort of plan.
I'm through planning.
Honestly, I feel you. Oh, wait. Before I do this, I need to upgrade my gear.
You are postponing the
Puzzle waste. Alright, cool. I need you focused.
What were you thinking? I was thinking about dead goblins.
Okay, fair.
Could have got us killed.
No.
But I didn't.
Actually, I feel like I'm agreeing with Sebastian right here. We're here to get a job done.
Let's keep going.
Ain't nobody got time to think about the bodies of goblins we're leaving along the way. If that was honestly such a concern to us, we wouldn't have engaged in this mission to begin with. The goblin body count of Ranrock's army is not our concern here. I would not let it be such a distraction.
Ranrock's gonna make everyone pay. Anything made from goblin silver belongs to us. Whether it's a sword or a repository, whatever that is.
Did you hear that, Goblin? Ridiculous notions of ownership.
I do enjoy saying inane things about my personal motivations out in public. Out like this, you know, you never know who's out there listening. I do so enjoy being a goblin doing goblin things for goblin kind, goblin.
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same.
Okay, you said that.
Nice work.
You said that every time. It's okay, guy. I get it. We're on the same page here. You don't have to repeat it out loud.
I agree. Dead wizard. Ranrock's got that right. And I'll be most keen to help him achieve his goals.
I like reminding myself out loud the reasons why I enjoy joining Ranrock and the crimes wizardry has made against us goblin kind, myself being a goblin. There's a flue flame and we could have just traveled up here? Seriously? Come on, guy. And the worst part is it's a flue flame I already unlocked and it's not letting me do it. Making me walk a long way.
Pity, not quite.
Let me warm you up.
Incendio.
This must be it.
Sebastian, wait.
For what? Why are you suddenly so cautious?
Listen to me. I know you're angry and frustrated, but charging ahead now could undo.
I killed all the goblins. Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Stop it. That's enough. Not all goblins are like Ranrock.
I will be the greatest wizard ever.
We want the same thing. To find answers.
I hate sand.
I thought we wanted the same thing.
We do. Listen to me. Lodgok has insights into Ranrock that we
He kinda doesn't, though.
He told me that Ranrock somehow knows about the Keepers and is searching anywhere connected to each of them. That's why they always seem to be one step ahead. I know what I'm doing. You need to trust me, or I don't see that we can continue together.
Fine. I'm sorry. I'm letting my emotions get the better of me. And I have been for a while. I do trust you. And I don't think I can help Anne without you.
Good. Ranrock clearly knows more than we thought. We need to be careful and do this right, not just go charging in. We have our work cut out for us. We need to work together if we're going to find the final piece to the triptych.
Agreed.
Oh, we're in for a full-on dungeon.
So far, so good. Charming.
Spiders. How fitting.
Ah, spiders. I like how one of the dueling feats is defeat all the enemies however you choose. It's just kill everything. Like, why wouldn't I?
Bombarder. Almost as good as if I'd done it myself.
Revelio.
Descendo.
I wanted to try that real fast, but it's very whatever. Nothing like turning an enemy into an explosive barrel and killing their friend with their friend turned into an explosive barrel. Oh my god, that really doesn't work. It's a long way down.
These spiders are determined to make a meal of us.
I'm sure we taste better than a goblin dinner.
I don't know, do spiders have a sense of taste? Is that a thing?
Annoying little beasts, aren't they?
Always. Like, I don't know why the world's spiders just have it out for me.
A staircase leading.
They might be attracted to the ancient magic.
Whatever for.
I don't think anyone's been here for ages.
Confringo. Bombarda.
Look at this place. Not really my style. A bit much if you ask me.
Where was the camera looking there? That was weird. We have so much meter, we should really be using it. Actually, you know what I should be doing during these parts where we have like a whole bunch of ads to clear out? I should be using my Chinese chopping cabbages. Honestly. Okay. Who's still alive? Oh my goodness. Alright.
Incendio, Accio. Glacius, Defender.
Seriously? Come on, guy. That took way too long.
The cavern can't have been the only challenge. Perhaps we should search for runes. Revelio.
We've seen rune symbols like these before.
Defender, Bombarder. Confringo.
Can't get out of here quick enough.
You know, for being a goblin thing, we sure haven't been fighting a lot of goblins. Just saying.
Troll, Fringo. Glacius, Defender. Protego, Stupid. Accio. Incendio. Glacius. Bombarder. Glacius, Defender. Glacius. Bombarder. Glacius, Defender. Protego. Stupid. Glacius, Defender. Stupid. Bombarder.
You okay with that one Spider-Man?
Nice teamwork. Nothing like an angry troll to bring friends together.
That's what I always say. It's about the enemies we kill along the way.
Revelio.
I got one of these.
Bombarder. Confringo.
That troll certainly made a mess of things. Debris everywhere.
Revelio.
I guess I gotta repair it.
Reparo.
Is that a rune to hit? I think it is. It is. It's outside my effective spell range, of course it is. Chaos Kitten, how's it going? Did I do the Haunted Shop DLC? I did. I actually started the session with it because I was like, oh, this is that DLC. And I loved it. It was so good. It was so creative. What am I wearing? I'm wearing some top tier wizarding gear. Effective for not only dungeoneering, but also killing dark wizards.
There's a path up there. The stairs are in a shambles.
Revelio.
Confringo.
Do I bombard this?
Bombarda.
I guess I don't.
Reparo.
Oh, there's the other one. Okay. Okay, what else can I repair? Seriously. You look like you're summoning a TARDIS at some point? Exactly. Once I saw this scarf, I was like, I gotta wear this scarf. Shout out to the 4th Doctor. Best Doctor. I won't hear otherwise. You can have your favorites, but 4th Doctor is best Doctor. Everyone else is just trying to live in his legacy. Wait, what did he just say? Oh, I just need to randomly cast it near it and it'll just fix it? Oh my god. I was looking for something in particular to do. I didn't realize just casually casting it right next to it would automatically do it. I feel like I'm overthinking things. But yeah, anytime you have like a well-done haunted house, instant +1 point in my book. I love to see it every time. It's so good.
A journal entry. There's a door that's here. Levioso. Revelio.
2 paths forward. Didn't know you were so out of shape.
Another barrier. You can blast through it, I'm certain. Good news?
This journal entry sounds worrisome.
This can't be a dead end. Must be another floor above us. Bombarda! Almost as good as if I'd done it myself.
You wish you could cast Hass's. Whoa, that fell down the pit.
The triptych pointed us here.
This game has some amazing dungeons. I'm telling you, like, they have such a good assortment of not just variety, but quality as well. It has quality and quantity when it comes to, like, the big adventuring sections. I'm very pleased with a lot of it. They put focus where the focus needed to be.
Feel as if I should be fluent in runic language by now. Bombarda.
Could this be another area Isadora created? Isadora must have honed her skill with ancient magic here.
Isadora's just like, oh, I want people to accept me. I want people to accept me. They won't accept me, fine. I'll kill everybody. I will heal the world. I will take all their pain.
I've seen that the keepers in Isadora didn't see eye to eye on the use of ancient magic.
I wish you could see one of her memories.
Revelio. The final canvas piece to the triptych. We've done it.
Isadora should not have had to keep all this secret.
I know from the memories I've seen that the keepers in Isadora didn't see eye to eye on the use of ancient magic.
You've been trying not to watch this game? Well, be careful, because I think we're getting very close to the end.
Her story without their knowledge.
After this mission, we'll probably call it a session. Because it's been about 3 hours. And I think we're going to finish this game this week. I think we're really close to the end. We're reaching the end of a lot of our social link quests, and it apparently is only 4 or 5 more main quests to do, according to the tracker. So I think we're just about done.
This is it.
Don't keep me in suspense.
This is one game that I would definitely say doing the named side quests are absolutely worth it.
Another pensive.
This is what we've been chasing.
I wonder.
What is it?
Let's find out.
I cannot bring my brother back, Father. But I can give you peace.
Just let me die.
Please, have a seat.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready.
She's gonna get the stone and use it.
Something to show you.
She's gonna raise the dead.
Father, these are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died. On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
You shouldn't do that necessarily. Pain helps build character. It's a survival mechanic.
Isadora. What have you done?
I took his pain.
I don't think that jar's made out of goblin metal. What was that skip there? Is she only imagining?
It did indeed.
Of course it did. Copper and silver.
I need something much bigger.
All right. I would help if you could tell me more about what it is you're storing.
Magic. Left over from a spell I devised to remove pain, but if used correctly, its power can be used to do even more good.
Why would you want to store such magic away?
I only need to keep it safe until I can convince my colleagues of its worth. Magic like this unnerves them.
Well, everyone's ready to wield such power.
Perhaps not. Someone will be.
Her experimentations with the shadows created the Dark Hour.
I knew it. I knew there was a way to help Anne.
Something isn't right, Sebastian.
What do you mean? You saw what she did.
No, not the memories, the portrait. I think the reason Isadora hasn't appeared is because she can't.
I don't follow.
We have seen that view before. The abandoned home in Felcroft, the destroyed painting, it was her.
So someone destroyed a bit of enchanted canvas, but we found the memory.
Yes, you're right.
We saw what she wanted us to see. We saw what she could do, what you can do.
But I don't know how to do what Isadora did.
Well, then you shall learn. The Keepers can teach you.
I'm not sure that they would. The Keepers believe that removing someone's ability...
Pain also reminds us that we're human. Yeah, I mean, to some extent.
Unpredictable form of
like, you can't run away from pain.
If at all.
Like, let me rephrase that. Pain is there to, like, repel you from things, but there's some things you shouldn't be repelled from, even if it's painful. It's a case-by-case basis, you know? It's like no pain, no gain in some cases, while pain triggers your fight or flight, which you should pay attention to, you know? It's all about that.
Please. Talk to the Keepers. If not for me, then for Anne.
It's a learning thing, too, exactly. Like, if you don't touch a flame and get burned, how are you going to learn? Sometimes you have to use it as a teaching mechanic. Like, pain has so many uses, which just kind of reinforces why Isadora is wrong for trying to take it away from people. It's not just there to, like, you're not making people happy by removing pain. Even if they think they are, it's not a happy pill. Okay. And let's see where we are in terms of the main quest. Alright, we gotta see this. I'm very curious how this is gonna end up. This might be the end of his quest.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
The happiest ending will be Anne will have her curse removed, but it's going to do something terrible to debilitate her. And his uncle's gonna get super mad and Sebastian kills his uncle.
Sebastian, a lost relic from a catacomb which requires
Catacomb.
a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's
Look, I know it sounds bad.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Feldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
Time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong here.
Risky.
It'll be worth the risk. Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
Are we gonna sacrifice Ominous?
If he
me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
It'll just hurt the sacrifice.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the Ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the Ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse and fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the Ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
I guess we'll see.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the Catacomb. Look for my owl. See you soon.
I guess we just wait for the next objective then. Alright, well I guess it's a good stopping point. Alright, thanks everybody for jumping in. We're changing up times to just kind of experiment with what's available and what we want to do in terms of the sessions. And still going to continue collecting footage for future recaps, still going to continue having co-op sessions, still going to continue playing the more or less biggest games of the year. And yeah, we're just doing it at a slightly different time. So thank you everyone who took time out of your precious weekend to join in. It was really nice to see a lot of you. Please look forward to the next recap that I'm working on. Not sure an ETA on that, but until then, I will see you guys on the next Battlefield. Thanks for watching.